in audio. In audio. In audio. In audio. audio. In audio. In audio.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty guys, hello and welcome. My name is Mr. Braddock, or Mr. B as the students call me, and I am an economics teacher here at Burke County High School. I'm also the Burke County High School head esports coach, right? And so today we're actually finally going to stream Splatoon, okay? So we got one of our Splatoon players, Jesus Heggie. We currently got him hooked up, and we're going to watch them as they play through their match. Now, good news about their match is that they are playing 3-4 or 4 against 3, so barring something crazy, it should be a win. So before we get into that, I just kind of want to talk about a couple of things. First thing, I want us to look at some of our standings. So we're going to start with Mario Kart 8. This year has not been the best year for Mario Kart 8. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest with you. You know, our varsity team's 3-3. They're kind of struggling to find a groove. We had one student get into a car wreck, another student gets sick and miss a day, and you know, they just really haven't had a whole lot of time to practice together. And then we have a B team for Mario Kart, but they haven't come for a single day. So excuse me, it's not that they haven't come, you know, it's just like some days we'll have 3, some days we'll have 2, you know, so attendance is a really big issue as it comes to the Mario Kart field, and we're really struggling with that. We had 2 Madden teams, but they've been disbanded. Once again, we had both of them kind of break some big you know, team rules, and we just said that we don't want to deal with it and we can't find anybody to take it over. Today you're going to be watching Splatoon. They're currently 2-4. They're 33rd in the state, which means that they are in the running for the playoffs, which is cool. So right now we're running a team of 1 senior and 3 freshmen with a couple of freshman subs, but it's actually going really well, especially since adding Jesus Heggie onto the team. Today we're going to get freshman James Cobb some valuable playing time. He's been kind of here and there. He does cross country and a couple other things. He's on student council, so today he's actually here. We're going to get him some valuable playing time and hopefully get a dub. In Smash Bros, we got a couple of things going on. Honestly, okay, so our number 1 team in Smash Bros is our A team, right? They're 12th. They're 5-1 in a very, very deep league. Only 2 teams remain undefeated, right? Everybody else has at least 1 loss. So we're 12th in that league at 5-1. So tomorrow's match is going to be huge. We'll probably end up streaming that. And then actually our C team, our JV team, has a better record than our B team, right? So our JV team's currently at 4-2, and they're ranked 39th in the state. And then our B team is ranked 3-3, and they're ranked 50th in the state. So some interesting developments going on there. Rocket League is still doing great. Now, we have lost one of our players, and so we are down to running 2v3s there, but Ethan Kemp's good enough that he can win 2v3s. That's who just came in here, and so I was he shook his head yes, right? Speaking of Ethan Kemp, he is ranked 4th in the state in score per game with 655.00. And our Rocket League team is ranked 11th in the state with a score of, or excuse me, a record of 4-2. We then get to Street Fighters. Now, Street Fighters has been this crazy deal. It's been the crazy thing. We're 3-3 and we're ranked 42nd in the state. I actually need to go double check because today we had a rescheduled match and it got canceled. The opposing team forfeited. I got to make sure that added to our record because the way it's showing now is that it didn't. So I need to double check that. And then Yeah, so they're currently 3-3 and they're playing their match today, but they loaded in to play their match today, and the opposing team asked for a reschedule, but the reschedule day that we had didn't work for them, and so they had to forfeit. So we had 2 forfeits today, but they have loaded into the queue and they're playing against somebody to hopefully become 7-0 overall, or 7-7. That's not right. We shouldn't be 3-3 yet. I don't know. I guess I need to double check that. Maybe I'm tripping. And then last but not least, we have our Marvel Rivals team. Now, our Marvel Rivals team has taken 2 hard L's the past few days, or the past few weeks, and so we're really hoping that they can bounce back this week. They are 3-3. It's kind of hard to practice that game just because so much has to go right. You have to have 6 PlayStations. They all have to be connected to the internet. You can't be using them for another game. All your people have to be here. You can't have any doctor's appointments, any band practices, whatever it is. So, we're kind of getting the learning curve there, but they're 19th and they're 3-3. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump on over to the gameplay. Now, I'm not going to stay around for forever, but I am going to stay a little bit. Now, I'm noticing now that we did not update some of this information over in the top, so let's go ahead and get that going. We are obviously not watching Super Smash Bros. Today. We're going to be watching Splatoon 3, and I don't know why it's way off to the side like that, but we're going to get it moved. Boom. And then today, the players that we are watching are Anari McGee. He's our senior and our captain. And then we got 3 freshmen in Caden Heath. I think that's his last name. I need to double check that. Jesus Heggie and James Cobb. But James Cobb might switch out some with another freshman, Aiden Sullivan. So we'll see how that goes. I'll put them down like that, and boom. So that makes that. So we're just kind of sitting around and waiting. Now, we haven't really shown a lot of Splatoon this year, so I guess I'll just kind of explain it to you. I mean, it is a strategical shooter game, just like your CODs and your Battlefields and stuff like that. But it's what they call a kid-friendly, I guess, shooter game. I'd argue that it's even more strategic than Call of Duty, but my brother, who is a big fan of the Call of Duty League, would disagree with me. So they won't let us play Call of Duty in Georgia because of the gun violence, but they have agreed to compromise, and they play Splatoon. So Splatoon, like I said, works very similar. It is a third-person shooter game where you use paintball guns instead of actual guns, right? Or, like war-driven guns. And so here in the Georgia Play VS League, we play 5 rounds, and it's a best of 5. So the first team to win 3 is going to get the overall win for that day. The first round we play a game called Turf Wars. Now, what Turf Wars is you and your 3 teammates are playing against another team, and you guys are trying to be the team that covers the ground in your color the most, right? So, for example, we can see that Jesus, who we're sitting here watching, is yellow, so our team would want to get as much yellow on the ground as possible. Now, right now we're just in the waiting lobby. This isn't an actual game, but whatever color Jesus's is whenever we load into the actual game, we'll want to get that color on the ground more than the opposing team. So pretty straightforward and simple. After that, we play a game called Rainmaker. Rainmaker is very interesting as well. It's like a bomb, but it's also like a bazooka, right? So it shoots paint, but the objective is to go into the center of the field and grab it and carry it to the opposing team's side so that it can blow up there, right? And so you essentially, strategically beat them. But you can grab the Rainmaker and you can use it to shoot other people with, or to like declare a path. It's almost like a laser beam. It just shoots one giant blob of paint that you can then go on. Then we go and we play Splat Zones, and Splat Zones is Splat Zones 4th. There's a chance that Splat Zones isn't 3rd, but I'm going to explain it as if it's 3rd. Splat Zones is basically like King of the Hill if you play Call of Duty. There's a zone, and you want to make sure that your zone, or that zone is your color for the majority of the game, right? And as the zone is your color, you gain points. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, okay. As the zone is your color, you gain points, and so you're just trying to be the team to get the most points. After that, there is a game called Tower Control. So there's this tower that starts in the center of the course, and it's on this like track, almost like this conveyor belt. And depending on whose color it is, it'll move a certain way, right? And so this time you're trying to get the tower back to your side of the field. So you make it your color, and then it starts moving towards your side of the field. But if the opposing team makes it their color, it starts moving towards their side of the field. So the goal is to try to get that back to your side. And then the last one, I'll go ahead and be honest with you, I don't know what the heck's going on the last one. It's called Clam Blitz, but it's like a mix between basketball, football, and a daggum oyster roast. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on. But you walk around and you gain clams, and then you like throw the clams into this area. I don't know. Hopefully we won't see it get to that today. If you're a Splatoon player and you know how Clan Blitz works, just let me know. So another thing that's interesting that we can see right here is you don't play as people, you play as these characters called Inklings. And so the thing about Inklings is that they're allowed to transform into these like squid-like characters and run around in the paint. So I'm gonna stick around for the Turf War match, and then we're gonna move it to the no cam gameplay, so you guys can watch. But we're the yellow team right here, okay? And we're playing in a 2v3, or excuse me, a 3v4. So we are already at an advantage. And so we can see Jesus here. He is using his paint bucket to try to get as much of the ground covered as he possibly can. Honestly, these guys don't look bad. This is kind of a little scary. Typically, whenever you play Turf War, you're wanting to keep one of your people back to cover the ground behind you. But we're not going with that strategy today. I guess Jesus is technically doing that. I don't really know. Gosh, man, they are. We might actually lose this, even with the disadvantage on their side. So we can see somebody there kind of painting towards the left or towards the right, which is a good thing. Jesus has got to stop going to where we're contested. Okay, so you can see that that's how much paint he currently has, and we're waiting on that to refill. But you can't refill if you're getting hit with the giant stamp. That's what that hammer thing's called, is a stamp. These guys are actually good for a 3v4, so we gotta really play on our P's and Q's today. Jesus, he's just gonna keep painting this one spot the whole time. He's never gonna leave. All right, come on. Yeah, there you go. So you can see you can run out of paint, and you gotta become an inkling in order to gather more paint. Got a booyah bomb right there, I think. Unfortunate there for Jesus. Plats are super important in this game. They give you platforms. I mean, they give you a really good advantage and eyesight over the opposing team. We see Jesus taking a little bit of a different strategy, going to the right instead of the left. And he's just, just playing the paint game here. He's not really contesting anyone, which I gotta say, I like the strat. You gotta be careful. There's that booyah bomb right behind you. Watch that guy. He's playing well here. Oh, jeez. Honestly, Jesus does not have the best weapon, the paint bucket or whatever it is, to be doing face-to-face combat. So it's better that he does just play, the color game. Just try to get as much as you can on the ground. Watch the stamp, Jesus. Come on, buddy. Okay, we have a stamp too. Let's go. I wonder who got that stamp. All right, we might be in the lead. Okay, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm seeing this, I don't think we're in the lead. And now that I'm seeing that, I kind of think we are. Somebody's in mid doing some really good work. Okay, we got 9 seconds left. It's all on color. You got to get as much color as you can. As much color as you can. 3, 2, 1. We might actually win that game. We might actually win that game. I think we do. Oh, yeah. We got that dub, but they put up a really good fight there. Jeez, they put up a good fight. That was scary. Awesome. So I'm going to move us up to 1-0. Nope. I'm going to move the home team up to 1-0, not the away team. So remember, it is best of 5. I am going to switch to no cam, though, and I'm not going to commentate this next one. Remember, the next one that we play is Rainmaker. So there's this giant, like, laser beam bomb thing, and we're trying to carry it to the other team's side. So have fun watching that. I'm going to go step out here and hang out with my guys. Okay. Sorry, wrong thing. Hey guys, I had a little bit of time, so I figured I'd come and do some commentating, but the game's over. No. Okay. I mean, let's see what happened. Maybe we play again. No, we don't. Okay. Wait, no, we do? Hey, wait, I have no idea who won that match. Okay, I guess it's us. No, yeah. No, we lost. That's crazy. Okay. So we have one more game. 2-1. That's insane. Okay, so we were actually going to get to see 4. Let's pray that we don't have to see 5 games today. But we're going to get to see 4 games. So, guys, not that it really matters to you guys, but we've been rotating, like I said, James, Cobb, and Aiden Sullivan in and out. And so James is officially playing right now, and he will play for the rest of the game because I'm not doing another roster change request. So that last one was Splat Zones. You know, it's crazy because that's kind of been the one that we've been looking to practice on real hard lately, and it just hasn't been working. You know, like we played 3 matches today before we loaded in, and we won the first, but we lost the 2, even though they were both very close. I wish I kind of would have been able to see a little bit more of what happened there, but unfortunately I was not able to. Let me go make sure that these guys are good. I'm going to put you guys back on no cam, but I promise I will be back to commentate this last match. All right, sorry guys, I got flagged down by somebody who wanted me to help them build a or somebody wanted me to help them write a paper. Okay, so and I came right at the end of the match again. Okay, we have the tower. We need to get this pushed as close as we can. 3, 2, 1, and overtime. Okay. Actually, I don't know what happened. Did we lose? Yeah, but just barely. Wow. Well, I mean, never mind. Never mind. I was looking at the thing that popped up before that. All right, so, I mean, this team has come back and tied the game up. Okay. So, now we're moving on into Clan Blitz, which, like I said, I can't really even explain. But I do know that our captain, Anari McGee, really does like it. So, we'll see how that goes. Because I'm getting so old, it's pretty much to the point to where once it hits 5 o'clock, I could lay down. I'm ready to go to bed. I used to be young and cool and hip, and now here I am. We have all 7 people in and getting ready to go, so I'm just hoping that we'll be going pretty soon. Ruffin's got all these daggone remotes everywhere, and I'm trying to... He's got like these lights in his room, and I'm trying to see about changing the color. But I don't know what works and what doesn't. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be pointing at, really. I don't know how he does it. Got three daggone remotes here, none of them work. That one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Oh yeah, it does. Boom. Okay, let's get it on blue. Boom. Heck yeah, son. I need to get some of these for my game room. Lit. Literally. I'm not really sure what's happening here. So, just a little update. Our Street Fighters team had to have their match rescheduled, unfortunately. So they will play next Tuesday. Be right back. All right, so you guys about to see how crazy Clan Blitz is. I don't even understand what's happening. I really don't. Okay, so the objective is to walk around or ride around and collect those gold clams. Okay, but you have to get a certain amount of gold clams before you can do what you're supposed to do. I don't. So you see, they follow you, and then if you get shot and die, you drop them. I don't know. But like, you get points from like shooting them into a basketball goal or like a clam basket. I don't know, man. It's weird. But I don't know. It's weird. You can see that they just broke the barrier. In fact, they might be about to win this daggum thing. I mean, they're already down to 60, and we haven't broken their barrier yet. Okay. So it's like you have to try to get all of your clams into their basket first. But see, then there's footballs that are involved, and I don't really know what they do. The daggum soccer ball for some reason. Alright, Jesus, they can see you. I don't know what you're doing there. Alright, so now that their barrier's broke, we have to shoot those in there. So we were able to shoot 20 of them in there. 74, okay. Shot some more. That's good, that's good, that's good. Shoot more, shoot more, shoot more, shoot more. You got it down to 71. I mean, I'll take that. That's a pretty good first push there. Their barrier's back up. So now we gotta go collect more clams and ultimately break their barrier. I think the football is like worth more points. I don't know. Jesus, they can see you, buddy. Oh no, what was that about? Ugh. Hey, you're good. Okay. Thanks for showing me that. And what a way to lose it, brother. Okay. So unfortunately, our Splatoon team goes down to a reverse sweep, man. I mean, we were up 2 and we lost 3 in a row, but you know those first 2 are our good ones, and we always struggle with those last ones. So that's just something that we got to focus on a little bit more. But thank you guys for joining us today. If you haven't already, go ahead and buy our merch. That supports us. All that money goes into our account, and it helps us to be able to buy things like new games and PlayStations. And we'll be back here tomorrow, hopefully watching Team A as they try to make a top 10 run, right? They're currently 11th, and to be clear, that's Smash Team A, as they try to make a top 10 run. They're currently 11th. So if they win tomorrow, we're in the top 10, which bodes well for postseason, which is awesome. So have a great day. Make good choices. Be nice to people.